Hello and welcome to Uncultured Universe, the podcast where friends and lovers show each other movies, TV, books, and music just to get a little bit more cultured. I am your humble host, Justin, and with me, as always, in the Uncultured spot is Joe. Welcome, Joe.
Oh, thank you.
Today we're going to be testing our might, fighting for humanity and saving Earthrealm with the 1995 cult classic Mortal Kombat. Now, Joe, this completes the trilogy of Kung Fu Karate Kid that was me in the 90s. What were your initial thoughts of this movie?
What if there was an entire movie built off of just sound effects and like audio clips? Here's the deal. I enjoyed watching this movie very much. I have so many questions about what the hell is happening in this movie.
There are many questions, and they still linger to this day. This movie is 30 years old.
Oh, wow.
As of like a week ago, this movie turned 30.
What is it? We did the exact same thing with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers too. Did these come out at the same time, and you're just celebrating the 30 year for both of them?
It just so magically happened that we're celebrating 30 years. But apparently 1995 was a big, hot, goddamn year for me. Yeah. In terms of, hyper pop, hyper violent, just kid culture.
Yeah. I mean, this does complete the Justin trilogy, which begins with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, at least in our chronology. When was that one released? 92?
That was 91.
91? Okay, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is early, and then some ninja years pass, and then we get Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and then Mortal Kombat comes in, and I think is kind of a good, amalgamation of both.
It really is.
It's taking a lot from both. It's taking a lot of the styles and the types of characters and kind of leveling it up to that PG-13 level.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, as I mature and got,
really showing growth.
I know. As I'm 8 years old at the time in 1995 when this movie drops, I'm really growing up. And you can see it through the course of these movies. So yeah, absolutely. The first pillar of this being Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1991, formative, obviously, grew up with, the TV show, the comics, the toys, TV, all of that kind of stuff. And then paves the way towards the TV show of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to then become the movie, all the while in the background playing video games like Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2 before this movie drops in 1995.
It's just such a perfect snapshot of our podcast that we have your movies covering all these fighting video game movies, while in between that I make you watch the Sister Act franchise.
Right.
Sister Act really oscillating.
Yeah. These are but those are the points in the moments in time that to complete picture, to complete the era. And it's so fun to kind of contrast the two worlds that we grew up in. And that is the lasting legacy, I think, of this podcast. And it's going to be the one thing that I take away that I tell my grandkids about for a number of years. I talked to my good buddy, Uncle Joe, Monkey Joe, to my daughter.
We're gonna have to figure out a way to store these audio and video files for when the internet explodes or whatever.
Homie, I have my
video cassette.
Oh my God, I have my home, server base here with all the files and videos we've ever done.
Okay.
And everything all culminated, categorized, alphabetized, anonymous, all of it.
My lawyers are going to get with yours around DVD and franchising and merchandising rights.
Absolutely. Yep.
Action figures.
And I will not Eduardo Saverin you in I will not dilute your shares.
I only get 5 pennies.
All right, so let's do some high-level stuff about this movie. This movie directed by Paul Anderson. I don't know if that's the same as like Paul W.S. Anderson. Same guy.
I think it is. That's what I was thinking too. So the guy who does like what is it? Resident Evil. Yeah.
Yeah, the Resident Evil franchise.
It is.
Alien versus Predator, Pompeii.
Married to Mila Jovovich.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. And he's going to put her in all the movies.
That's fun.
Put your name in big lights, baby. So yeah, directed by Paul Anderson. This was, I think, his second feature. His breakout feature was, I didn't write it down, but that was the one that got the studio execs was like, oh, we should trust him with this very popular, very violent video game series and make it a movie.
It looks like his breakout was a British movie called Shopping.
How fun.
It's an action crime drama.
So they're like, hey, he can do action, he can do crime, he can do comedy. Why not?
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah. So this movie starring Lyndon Ashby, Cary Hiroyuki Tarawa, Robin Shue, Bridget Wilson, Talisa Soto, and Christopher Lambert. Which
90% of this podcast is going to be about Christopher Lambert.
we're gonna have the Lambert corner. Joe, when Christopher Lambert filmed this role of Raiden, Lord Raiden, for this movie, he was as old as I am now.
Oh my!
He was 38.
Oh. Well, you look amazing, and so does he. So everyone wins.
Everybody wins. I just thought I read that and I was like, hang on, let me do the math real quick. Holy shit, he was 38.
Yeah.
I'm 38.
The further back in time you go and look at movies and like realize how old people were, like, have you ever seen Fiddler on the Roof? Like the old musical?
I didn't. No.
Oh, okay. Well, the main guy in that,
the fiddler,
looks like he's like, no, not the fiddler. He was like 35, but he's playing essentially like a granddad in that. Anyway, it was crazy.
Yeah, like Grandpa Joe from the first, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He's in his 40s.
What?
I don't know. I'm just making that up.
There's no way.
You just pulling your leg. Yeah, this movie released August 18th, 1995. So it just celebrated its 30th birthday. Happy birthday, Mortal Kombat. Small budget, $20 million. Made a box office of $122.2 million.
Honestly, more power to it.
I know, right? Really, really cool. I think I saw this movie, like at least 3 times in theaters.
I contributed to that box office.
I definitely did. My weekly allowance is in that 122.5 million. And so I sleep well knowing that.
So talk to me about your MK history here. So did you approach it as a video game first? And you're going to need to talk to me about the video game as well, because I get it confused with Street Fighter.
Ooh, yes.
Is that kind of the Coke and Pepsi of this world?
Definitely is. It's definitely the Coke and Pepsi. It's definitely the Led Zeppelin versus the Who. It's definitely all of that kind of stuff where it's like a little bit more edgy versus like a little bit more polished, a little more sportsy.
Which one is which? Is Mortal Kombat the edgier one?
Oh yeah, 100%. In which case, like Led Zeppelin's the edgier band and the Jocks like the Who, kind of a thing.
Yeah, I got confused on that one.
Yeah. I don't know why my brain went there, but yeah. So this movie, based on the video game series, I remember my cousins playing this game on a Sega Genesis, and it was this thing that was like as big as a fucking iPad. And the cartridge was like this big and the screen was like this big. It was like this tiny little rectangle, but it was this huge thing. And the first game I think came out in like 1992, I believe. And so I'm like five pushing 6, hearing tell of this, like it was pearl clutching video game showing jaw-dropping violence, to kids, and I think this game sparked the, was running parallel to like the music industry putting labels on stuff, for parental guidance and things.
Yeah.
Because, children were buying this video game, this fighting video game, and there's like, for the time, it's like graphic violence. There's blood splatter and people's limbs getting ripped off.
Red pixels.
Yeah, so many red pixels and bones flying everywhere. So I remember like peeking over shoulders of my cousins, like playing this game, and I'm like, what even is that? And
the forbidden fruit.
Right. And then anytime going to an arcade, this was also big in the arcade scene. Getting in line to play, it's the joystick and you're mashing the buttons.
You get like 2 or 3 buttons and you're moving around, and it's basically it's 1v1.
Yeah,
like it's
definitely. Okay. Yep. It's one of those classic types of video games. I don't think it was definitely not like the pioneer in that kind of style of video game, but it definitely popularized it and gave way to other ones like Tekken and Street Fighter, like you mentioned, and several numerous others. But yeah, this one was super popular, super crazy. So I remember that kind of like the stigma around the dangerousness that was Mortal Kombat. And then Mortal Kombat 2 drops, and I'm a little bit older. I'm like 6 or 7. And then me and my friends are playing this on our home systems, on our Sega home systems, playing that. And the time this movie came out, we're living in Texas at the time, and my neighbor down the road, who I hung out with all the time, we played this game nonstop, Mortal Kombat 2, in and out. And we like get the midnight release of Mortal Kombat 3. And we're super excited to go see this movie when it finally drops. We're like, oh my God, this thing that we love so much is coming out with a movie? It was unheard of. I think the only other like video game movie that was at least on my radar that had dropped previous to this was this Super Mario Brothers movie.
Which was
John Leguizamo.
As expected.
Right. Famously terrible.
Yeah.
Famously, like I remember that was one of my like earliest memories of being disappointed in a movie of like, oh, that's not what I imagined a Super Mario Brothers movie to look like. But yeah, I was encapsulated with this movie, super intrigued by it, saw it multiple times in theaters. I remember specifically sitting next to my friend, his name is Tyler. We're sitting next to each other, and as they're introducing characters on the screens, just like organically telling the story, we're like, oh, it's Johnny Cage. Oh, it's Sonya Blade. Oh, it's Shang Tsung. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say this is a particularly like great, like a top 10 level movie, but I say if you are approached to make the Mortal Kombat movie, I don't know how you do it any other way than what this movie does.
Yeah.
Right? Because like basically what this is like we're going to spend the first 20 minutes just introducing characters in various scenes. There's so many characters with different names and powers to keep track of here. And then it's like we're going to get into Mortal Kombat, whatever that is. I have such a soft spot in my heart for any movie with like the production value of like a Universal Studios roller coaster ride. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I see that and I'm immediately like, this is so comforting to me.
Yeah.
And then what Jonathan pointed out as we were watching this movie was we kind of got through like a few different fight scenes, and they were all in like very distinct environments, very different areas, different pairings of people. And then he was like, oh, they're probably just like pulling from the areas that you can fight in the game. Like you probably can fight on a ship in the game. And there's one where you're fighting between the temples in China, or on the rocks with the big four-armed guy or something. Is that the case here? Are they just like...
Yeah, they're definitely giving nod to like the different levels that you can play in. So you can play like traditional, like one player, and you're going across, playing each level, and each tier gets harder. But you're playing in a different level, like a different background each time. So like you're playing in like a pit, like surrounded by, like acid, or you're playing on like a rocky ledge and all this kind of stuff. So that is 100% like what they're paying homage to, of like, splitting off characters to fight 1v1.
Yeah.
In
You're on like
settings.
wooden platforms, and there's like
Yeah.
chains and skeletons and spider webs and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And yeah, like I totally get what you're saying of like, this feels like a universal Escape from King Kong ride.
So fucking complimentary when I say that.
Oh, I know. I totally know what you mean. Like someone, and that's one of the things that I love about this movie and the movies of this era. And it's a thing that people always say is just like practicality.
Yes.
Always beats out just digital background, like nothing backgrounds. Like someone took the time to stage and dress the set and make it feel lived in, even though like it only goes 10 feet back, but they paint it to make it look like it's this deep cavernous, warehouse filled with bones.
Yeah.
Super cool.
And it unfortunately makes the moments of CGI stand out a bit, but even that's kind of fun. So I wanted to kind of cover the plot, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe let's look at it through the perspective of Shang Tsung, who is our villain here.
Yes.
Can you answer, how does Mortal Kombat work, and what do you think his goal is here in his actions?
Right. So I will say, I'll give the huge caveat, or not even really a caveat, it's kind of just like an asterisk of like, when I saw this movie, the lore dump that they give in the background was like, not only like lost on me because I'm 8, but also of like, oh, I didn't even know that's what's going on in the video games.
Yeah, we're fighting for Earth.
Yeah, so like I thought we're just like fighting monsters and random people with power-ups. It's like, no, there's this huge, giant, in-depth lore of like outworld and realms, and it's very mythological and that kind of stuff. So Shang Tsung is this super powerful sorcerer who represents the Emperor, who's the guy that shows up at the very end.
Right, he's not even the full bad guy. So the Emperor is like the big bad.
The big bad. He's the big bad. This Shang Tsung is just like the sheriff kind of guy, kind of character, who is middle managing Mortal Kombat, which is the tournament that needs to happen in order for Outworld or the Emperor and all him to take over Earth, to like conquer it or whatever. So I think Raiden kind of gives some of the background, Christopher Lambert gives some of the background of like, so they've done this 9 other times before in the past and they've won, and they have to win 10 in a row. And today, this Mortal Kombat is the 10th tournament. So like, you got to win.
It just seems like Shang Tsung is controlling so much of it, which is like, you don't want to play a soccer game and the other team's coach is the referee. That doesn't make sense. Like, what I understand that Raiden is kind of like the Earth representative in this. And then so Shang Tsung plays the role of kind of the guy setting up the matches once we get into Mortal Kombat. And he obviously has all of the iconic catchphrases like finish him and like flawless victory and stuff, which sound incredible. The way that Tagawa pulls it off is incredible. What in the game is he just like a disembodied voice? Like, are they basically just like they're giving a character to the narrator of the game?
They're giving a character to the narrator of the game, who's like one of the main producers or whatever. So like, yeah, you're not hearing Shang Tsung's voice throughout the game. He is like the ultimate baddie that you're trying to beat at the first game, in Mortal Kombat 1. Like you fight Goro, like in the next to last level or whatever.
Okay.
So so the order of hierarchy is Emperor, Shang Tsung, and then Goro.
Right.
And then like underneath Goro, because he commands some of the lesser armies, and then there's like other dotted lines that people report directly to Shang Tsung, like Sub-Zero and Scorpion and other fighters.
Right. Who do you get to play in the game, though?
You can select anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're not just limited to the humans. I think on the outset. But I think definitely in multiplayer mode or 1v1 mode, you can pick any player you want. So,
I mean, yeah, I like how straightforward the story is. Again, it is the first 20 minutes are Shang Tsung kind of going around and influencing these hero characters to come do Mortal Kombat in disguise or through threats or like having kind of like a chase me vibe with Sonya.
Yeah.
So I guess the idea there is like he needs like worthy fighters to beat as part of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, he's posturing a little bit, like, because he's not just going to ask Joe Schmo off the street to come fight. Right. He has to like make it look good for the books to like cook, and he's obviously pulling strings and cooking the books a little bit.
Right. It seems like he can just like cheat if he can get away with it, though, and Raiden has to just like watch everything and make sure no one's cheating the whole
time. Hey, motherfucker!
Where are the rules here?
Yeah. This is definitely Bill Belichick, whatever, kind of cheating in the NFL kind of bullshit. And it's the last game. It's the last tournament before they close it. So they got like senioritis. They're kind of just phoning it in. They're like, we're gonna win again.
Yeah,
it's like we can't lose.
Yeah, it's. I guess maybe there's tournament stuff happening, but we see like 4 or 5 fights that don't seem to be in any order or take place at any specific time. You just kind of like you drop into them, and it's fun to watch these characters just fight each other in different variations. So you got your core 3, right?
They're a fantastic trio, by the way.
They are a good trio. Liu Kang, his motivation is he wants to get revenge on Shang Tsung for killing his brother in the opening. Shang Tsung clearly did that to kind of draw Liu Kang into Mortal Kombat. So killing his little brother and eating his soul. Johnny Cage, I like his opening because you think he's fighting, but it's actually a film set.
I love that bait and switch. It's so fun.
He's an actual karate master, but he's kind of sold out as an actor, and he's missing out on the passion of it all.
Yeah.
And we get maybe one of my top 5 favorite moments in the movie where someone called Master Boyd comes in for one scene, and he looks like fucking like Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, I know. It kills me every time. I'm like,
what's that?
The fuck is that guy? And he's like, Master Boyd. I was like, that guy looks like Master of Nothing. I'm like, what?
So his old master comes in and tells him to go do Mortal Kombat to kind of like regain that spark. But surprise, it was Shang Tsung in disguise. So that's how we get Johnny Cage. And my other favorite moment in the movie was the introduction of Sonya Blade, who so she is after this guy named Kano,
yeah,
for killing her partner. She's like this special ops, special forces officer, and Shang Tsung kind of dangles Kano in front of her to get her to come do Mortal Kombat. But the way we are introduced to Sonya Blade is like her chasing Kano through this nightclub, and it goes on for so long of her and her team just like pushing people aside with shotguns. It reminded me of, the moment in Airplane where the pilot's trying to get to the gate and like so many people just keep coming after.
Yeah. Everybody is unbothered by these SWAT agents in their nightclub wielding high-powered rifles and stuff like that. They don't give a shit.
Had a note about it. This movie is not particularly violent apart from Sonya shooting a guy point blank and breaking another guy's neck.
Yeah. She gets some of the cooler kills, that's for sure.
Yeah, Sonya straight up murders someone in her first scene.
Yeah.
It all kind of culminates with the three of them getting onto a boat to go to Mortal Kombat Island. The boat again is giving like Secret of Atlantis, a Universal Studios tour ride, which I love.
Yeah, lots of like fog machines have like heavy blue light.
Yeah, and then the other character who's introduced, of course, is Raiden, who just nothing on earth could have prepared me for. So he's kind of part of the Liu Kang storyline, where Liu comes back to his monk family after, I guess, living in America, right? He left to go live in America, and that's how his brother died.
Yeah.
He wasn't there to protect him. Yeah. And the monks are like, you got to go do Mortal Kombat to get revenge on your brother. And then he doesn't want to do it, or he does want to do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then this beggar guy shows up with a big old hat on.
Big damn hat.
And you think like, who's this guy? And then the hat comes off and the reveal is just Christopher Lambert, who is known for Highlander, right? Mm-hmm. Is a Scottish actor? Question mark.
Yeah.
He's French American. Okay, there you go. With just the craziest hair you've ever seen in your entire life. The most silky, silvery wig of hair, just looks beautiful.
Looks
pressed. He's apparently their god. He's god of thunder. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. And so after the initial shock of that, he becomes kind of their unofficial mentor. This trio of people defending Earth in Mortal Kombat, and he's literally pops up out of nowhere to make sure folks don't cheat. Yeah. Don't cheat, but also like he seems like kind of a little goofy himself. Like he kind of just believes in the power of friendship at the end of the day.
He gets some good zingers in there too. He's kind of he's playing referee. Yeah. But he's also, there for comedic relief, and it's so fun. His character is insane, over the top. You expect, at least someone different looking under that hat, and also like maybe a little older or whatever, or maybe a little bit more, I don't know, physically imposing. Because in the game, I think
he's a character.
He's a playable character. And he's got, I think he's like a little bit, obviously a little bit more built. And he's a little bit more physical as opposed to just turning into lightning and zapping around.
Yeah.
But he's fun.
Yeah, he is very fun. And then once we get into the island portion of the movie, where it's just like various matches being set up for Mortal Kombat, you get the introduction of my favorite character. So they're walking around the villain hideout. They're learning about Mortal Kombat. It's kind of a dinner, and then Liu looks over and sees Kitana, who is this like princess character from another world, who I was hoping so hard the bit would be that she just doesn't talk the entire movie. Because the first like 45 minutes of this movie, every time you see her, she's just kind of like giving him subtle glances and like really like sexy stares. And it happens so often. And then she finally talks, which was fine. We can give Kitana some agency.
Not too much.
So my main connection with Mortal Kombat, just outside of this movie, is just the phrase Kitana wins, like flawless victory, just of Shang Tsung saying that as part of the game. And then from there, various fights. Talk to me about Scorpion and Sub-Zero. What's the deal there? Are they supposed to be bad, and are they supposed to be like arch nemesis? Like who are they?
Yeah, so they are like officers or whatever under Shang Tsung. I think the phrase is like they're like slaves under his control or something like that.
Right.
So they answer only to Shang Tsung. They're, obviously like super powered kinds of things, maybe diametrically opposed, not only in color, but in power. And then there's also like a huge backstory history between their human characters back in the day, as I think is explored in the 2022 remake
Yeah.
or reboot, which rules, by the way.
Yeah. I did watch that one. It does make perfect sense that one of them is like standard water and ice powers, and the other, of course, is scorpion bird powers. Which
You're right.
The obvious alternative.
As we all know, yeah. What's the opposite of water and ice? Oh, yeah. Like a skeleton fire hand shooty outy guy.
I like the hand shooty outy point. That part was kind of gross, where like Scorpion's weapon comes out of his palm, and it's like a chompy thing on a chain, but it's like a bird, right? Like what?
It's like a weird creature.
That's not a scorpion. I guess he's like kind of stinging it, and
yes,
it's a play on the chainy weapons that they use sometimes. And then he has some sort of beef with Johnny Cage that kind of just comes out of nowhere. They're in an orchard for a while at some point. I don't know where the orchard came from.
Oh yeah, who knew that there's an orchard in the middle of this magical island? But apparently Johnny Cage is just fucking wandering around and finds it.
And then they teleport, and they end up in what I can only describe as hell. And they are fighting on the wooden platforms, and Scorpion kind of becomes like a fire skeleton as part of that. And Johnny Cage like eventually blows him up. And
then Johnny Cage is like, well, where the hell am I? Now I have to make my way back to the island somehow.
Yeah. A lot of this is like, you know what it is? A lot of this island. Did you ever play like Wii Sports Resort?
Yes, that's what it is.
It's very much that. Like, we're doing a battle down at the beach. You're up on the mountain here. Some people are paragliding. There's tourists.
Do, 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 do. Yeah. Oh my God. I loved Wii Sports Resort. Oh no. Yeah, like really the one thing that was missing is just like the big over introduction. Like after the dinner scene and the exploration of like what's actually gonna come. Once they all get to the island, is like, all right, now everyone settle down. I need to go through like the particular, like, here's the rules. Here's where you're sleeping. It's not co-ed. So like, Sonya, you got to sleep on that side of the island. All the boys over here.
Like, did they take orders for dinner or something? Did you have to fill something out on the boat?
Chicken or fish? Chicken or vegetarian. Great for you. Perfect.
Where are people sleeping? Because it is that vibe of like, okay, everyone go to your dorms and then we'll start fighting tomorrow.
Yeah. Is it like Olympic rules kind of a thing? Are people fucking?
There's a whole bit about Johnny Cage like bringing all his luggage. Where does that go?
Yeah. Where did it end up?
It's resort vibes.
That's 100% that. And then like no one displayed like, all right, here's the bracket. First up we got these guys. And
I have never needed a bracket. So hard. I was so confused about the hierarchy of things.
It's like, and Johnny, you need to go to the west side of the island and find this orchard, and your next fight will be there. Yeah. Question mark as to who you're going to fight. Like, did he pass by Scorpion and like bump into him and not say, excuse me? And Scorpion's like, no, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck him up later.
No, I want them to be like, we will see you after lunch at 2:15 in tent C. Please check in with Carol for your badge.
Hi, name Johnny Cage. I have Jonathan Cage. Is that okay? Jonathan Cage. Yeah.
They always do this. It's always going off of the first name. This happens all the time.
That's so funny. I would love that.
Oh my God.
Speaking of the island, this movie was filmed mostly in Thailand.
Yeah,
those beach scenes.
I caught that.
Super cool. Love that.
Yeah.
Robin Shue, who played Liu Kang, was a big assistant in a lot of the fight sequences, which is really cool. He's credited at the end. Nice. He was big in the Hong Kong movie scene. So like kind of a mirror of like what Johnny Cage's character is.
Yeah.
And then came to America to join in Hollywood there. But
He
yeah, actual kung fu master.
also has amazing hair in this. It's
Glorious.
it's very wavy. That was my mom's hair in the 90s.
Yeah, like body on body, herbal essences out the wazoo. So soft.
Yeah.
So bouncy.
Yeah, so he gets kind of our first fight. He fights kind of a rando, ends up killing or defeating him, and then Shang Tsung eats that guy's soul.
Yeah.
So I guess we have an idea of what the stakes are.
Yeah, you die like you super die.
And then it jumps right into, what does it? They follow Shang Tsung, and Shang Tsung is meeting with Kano and Prince Goro, who I told you I could beat in a fight as I was texting you watching this because he's slow.
So slow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's kind of like fighting the mountain from Game of Thrones. It's like
Yeah.
it's big, lumbering, and slow.
I just can't let him grab you.
Can't let him grab you. He's got 4 arms.
He's not letting you go.
Yeah.
And so I truly do like the way this movie kind of goes through the hoops of like, okay, this is kind of a bunch of a random group of people, and we're going to make them friends. And so we got to give them an obstacle to overcome together. And so they end up fighting this whole room of people, and you get to see just a full-on 5-minute Power Rangers style montage of various kicks and flips, which is what we're all here for at the end of the day.
Like that scene, like it culminates with them kind of working together. You know, they get the little quips of, you know, they're like, well, I guess we're in this to get like that kind of thing of just like,
Yeah.
you know, and it's so cool. And each of them gets to do their own little thing, culminating with that super like ending pose with Sonya Blade when she like fucking clotheslines a guy.
Yeah.
She holds it like it's so rad.
Well, I kind of like the what is it called? Like the choreography of it all, because it is as if each of the characters has 2 moves and you can kind of switch between them. So they're all either doing kicks in the exact same way or punch in the exact same way.
Yeah.
And then they all have, so Mortal Kombat does like finishers, right? Like that's the whole idea, is like you get like a special finishing move. So Sonya's able to clothesline someone, and then the next day, after Raiden kind of saves them from that group of people, because he's like, stop fighting out of bounds, Sonya finally fights Kano and does her little head between the legs move and breaks his neck, which happens pretty early on. Like he is out of it like maybe 35 minutes in.
Yeah, like she takes him out pretty unceremoniously. Kind of wished for a little bit more, you know, back and forth there a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, it's really fun to have that fight. It's definitely a memorable one because like that's a fucking kill. Like she snaps his goddamn neck.
Yeah. Sonya has the highest kill rate in this movie besides Shang Tsung, I guess.
100%. Yeah.
And then there's kind of like there's a required amount of romantic back and forth between Sonya and Johnny, which is fine. And what else? Like Prince Goro comes in, kills one of their friends who they were friends with on the island.
Kind of a friend. Yeah.
And then Johnny challenges him, I guess, and kind of runs away and just kind of kicks him off a cliff pretty easily after a nut punch, which was also fun because he goes down into a full split to do it.
Which is a move, which is like a move that the player character can do in the game.
Yeah.
It's like down, B or whatever, and it's a split, and he'll hit you right in the nuts.
It is. I mean, like this is the perfect video game adaptation in that way, and that it is literally taking stuff from the video game and being like, how can we translate this into the screen? You know, like how can we recreate this?
Like at the top, it's like there's no other way to do this without leaning into this silly, absurd, over the topness. You try to Dark Knight this, like it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, because why would all these people be fighting each other like this? Like, why not put them in some sort of like tournament style thing?
Yeah. The only like bit of realism is that they wear just like regular-ish clothes, more or less. Because they each have their like kind of like costume or whatever in the game. Like Liu Kang has like a red bandana. Sonya Blade has like a green and black striped suit, like weird bodysuit. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But in this, they're just wearing clothes.
And then
it's still fun to see.
Katana is a 10,000-year-old space princess who
That's how it works.
has decided, okay, like they've won the past 9 tournaments. I guess I should step in and help the guy on his last fight with Sub-Zero by telling him to throw a bucket.
But I can't outright tell him to use water that I just happened to set into the room. To win your next match, you must use the element which gives life. It's like, jizz? What are you talking about?
Oh my God, that's what we said too. Is she saying like a jizz thing? Like, what is happening?
He wants me to come on Sub-Zero. All right, stay still. Don't look at me.
She gets through that fight. She's like, I didn't think you were going to use the bucket.
I didn't mean the bucket. I should have been a little bit more explicit. You're right.
But that also worked.
So good job. I wanted to go through some of these things that I found really fun. Cameron Diaz originally had the role of Sonya Blade.
That makes sense.
A young Cameron Diaz, fresh off the Mask and before, Charlie's Angels and things. But she had to drop out due to a wrist injury.
Oh.
Jean-Claude Van Damme originally offered the role of Johnny Cage, who was inspired by Van Damme's role in the movie Bloodsport from the 80s.
Okay.
But Jean-Claude passed because he was filming Street Fighter. There was a Street Fighter movie with, Jean-Claude Van Damme and a couple other people. I think Raul
Silva?
Raul Gomez Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the Street Fighter movie basically also this, or is it more about like we're literally like cleaning up the streets?
No cleaning up streets. It's kind of this, but I think it's less phantasmical,
right?
Like space sorcerers and stuff. There's still monsters and fighting and whatnot.
Because Street Fighter's more like I'm punching you and throwing a trash can at you, right?
Yeah, for America kind of a thing. Yeah.
Street Fighter's more like sleeveless, like
bros. Yeah, 100% that.
Okay.
Yeah. Tom Cruise and Johnny Depp were also considered for the role of Johnny Cage.
I really like Lyndon Ashby in this. My Lyndon connection is he is the dad of one of the main characters in Teen Wolf, which I loved. He plays the sheriff of the town where all this crazy stuff is happening for 6 seasons. And he's just like a good guy, and he's always like looking out for those kids, even though they're always getting up to crazy
wolf, gotta watch out,
vampire magic shenanigans.
I love that. He gives good dad vibes. I like that.
Yeah, what's it like?
Love that. Sean Connery and Danny Glover were considered for the Raiden role. Very different movie. Very different movie. And then the reptile fight. Once they get into Outworld and they're going to find Sonya Blade, that fight between Liu Kang and Reptile was added later.
No.
After a test screen with audiences, and they thought the fight sequences weren't impressive enough, and there weren't enough.
That fight didn't seem slotted into the movie at all.
But that fight scene rules. It's so cool.
There are so many things happening in that fight scene. So you get the reptile, which is like the big like CGI, completely computer generated character that's like trapezoids basically on screen the whole time. He's like this like big lizard character that works for Shang Tsung. You get to Outworld, the lizard chameleon has been turning invisible and been following them. Liu finds it, throws it into a statue, and it kind of possesses the statue, and the statue becomes Reptile, the man character, which I'm assuming is like a character from the game, right? Like Reptile. Okay. That I kind of like. That's cool. Because like as kids, are you seeing it and like they first introduced Reptile, you're like, wait, that's Reptile?
Yeah, like what the
are they saving that for the sequel or something? And then you get a little moment of like, here's what his actual character looks like.
Oh,
this
yeah.
this statue just birthed him with a bunch of worms and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Liu Kang gets a little fight with Reptile in Outworld. That was cool. How let's rank some of the fights here. I liked the Sonya Kano fight. I like the little handstand she does into neck pinch between the legs. That's cool.
Yeah.
What else? I guess I like the scorpion fight in the apple orchard.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of gross and like bloody, the thing coming out of his hand and then like following him until the chain runs out. That's fun. And I think the Sub-Zero fight is the one that makes the most physical sense, which is an insane thing to say. But like, yeah, I'm going to throw the water into this ice force field. It's going to solidify into this ice stalactite.
Yeah.
And just destroy him. That's a fun, like we're playing with the elements kind of way. It's smart.
Yeah. Every character has their own like really cool fight. It sucks that Sonya didn't get more. She's a cool character.
Yeah.
That one's definitely like the most grounded, realistic, brutal fight. Because obviously, she gets, literally the shit kicked out of her, and then she snaps his neck, which rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish she would have got more. But definitely, yeah, the scorpion fight is so cool. Because yeah, there's two different places. There's a teleportation element, but the staging and the blocking and the cinematography of it elevates it 100%. And I have a note about that. Is this that these fight scenes are so great and better than I remember, because I narrowed it down to one thing, and it's the camera work. The camera actually stays still for a fair amount of most of those fights, whereas in more modern depictions of hand fights and things like that, the camera is erratic. You can still kind of see what's happening, but it's like nauseating by comparison. And the only one, even though this is like a S tier fight, it's from Captain America and the Winter Soldier. It's that hand-to-hand fight between Cap and Bucky with the knife and the shield and all that kind of stuff. Even though that fight scene rules, by comparison, that camera is fucking all over the place and it's shaky as all hell.
Yeah, jittery.
In these fights, the camera is like sitting still and you can see them trade blows back and forth, and it's awesome. There is still some camera movement, but it's not all the time.
I think this movie tries to recreate literally the experience of playing this side-scroller game as often as possible. So like you're going to have them facing off against each other in a environment that looks like a level.
Yep.
There's various platforms. It's everything besides like giving them a lifeline above their heads, which I would have welcomed. That would have been fun. Like give me a little wrist pad that like shows my lifeline, and that's the way to put it into the game or whatever.
Yeah, go see Carol. Yeah, at the end she'll take care of you. She'll get your lifeline synced up.
We're just hearing Carol's out on maternity leave. God damn it.
Oh, congratulations, Carol. She's our first one. Yeah.
These fucking people.
It's her second kid. Like, what are we congratulating her for?
So we get to the end game. Shang Tsung kind of realizes he's losing after Prince Goro is defeated and decides to act on his, I guess, crush on Sonya Blade and takes her kidnaps her and takes her hostage into Outworld. They follow him through the portal into Outworld. He ties her up and like they give her a whole outfit change and a blowout, which whatever. I'm like, you do a move like that in a movie like this, I'm all for it. Sure.
Yeah.
And then another favorite part of mine is like you think it's just him and his goons kind of surrounding her and like gloating and stuff. And then three of the goons step forward and it's Johnny Cage and Liu Kang in disguise wearing like monk material. But I love that it's also Katana in disguise.
She's like, yeah, I helped. And
So,
I helped.
there was so many logistics that had to go into that. They had to find the right outfits and stuff, and like
Changing room, like
wait
mice too
there
small.
for a while, get in line with everyone else in this perfect circle. And I
Yeah.
love that Katana is just so game for all of that.
She's so messy. I love it.
Yeah.
The last two fights, the Goro fight and then the ultimate battle between Liu Kang and Shang Tsung are probably the lower in terms of quality in terms of the fights. Like the Goro scene is fun because he kicks him in the nuts and they fight a little bit and then he falls.
Yeah.
And he gets to do his callback line, which is fun. But like, I wish the fight was a little bit more, but they had issues with the animatronic, of course.
The animatronic is just not quite there. And you can tell a lot of the scenes were in the editing room. They were like, okay, we got to make something happen. So there's a lot of Goro's fight scenes where it never actually shows Goro and it just shows people like falling to the ground. And that happens like 20 different times as they're going through like Goro's like defeated so many people. And it's just people getting thrown across the room by you're assuming is Goro.
Yeah, I know. Because he's in the same pit or whatever. And then he's fighting their friend and like he's holding him up with his middle arms and he's like, now it's time to die. And he just like chops him gently on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And that kills him, apparently.
Yeah.
They're like, the machine can't do anything else. And also we're bound by PG-13. We can't have him cut off his head or anything like that. He has to just like, yeah.
I'm glad the souls get freed to, I guess, heaven at the end because it fully shows that guy's soul like going to hell in Shang Tsung's eye or whatever.
Yeah. And then the Shang Tsung fight is kind of anticlimactic.
It's more an emotional climax. Yeah.
Yeah. I still cry at that reunion with his brother. It's still like, I remember the first time seeing that and I'm just like, I'm crying. Why? My eyes are moist.
Oh.
But it's touching. It's very
it's not your fault.
Yeah, it's very sweet. But like Katana is like, you're gonna face 3 challenges when you face Shang Tsung. You must face your enemy, you must face yourself, and face your worst fear.
Yeah.
And facing your enemy is like 1v9.
Right.
Which he lands 1 hit on all of them and they all pass out.
Feels like a video game. That's fun.
And then one of my favorite hilarious scenes is like, Liu Kang, now it's time for you to die. And he's like, nuh-uh. And and that was his like, face yourself. Shed it. I did it. And then he like, this weird, long, lingering scene of him running up the stairs.
Yeah. Yeah. The camera does linger in a lot of areas that make for some really hilarious moments. I think anytime that Shang Tsung is like looking directly down the barrel of the camera with his crazy eyes and just going all out, like I have to give that actor credit. Like,
oh, hell yeah.
I hope this is one of those movies where it was ridiculous filming it, but everyone kind of had fun. Yeah. And then I did laugh at the moment when like Shang Tsung and Liu Kang are fighting. Shang Tsung transforms into Liu's brother and Liu immediately stops and it's like, bro, is that you? No, you just saw him transform. This isn't some secret. He just was there.
Like right in front of your face. You saw it. Like, Chan, wait a minute. Is it really you? Hang on, you better not be pulling my leg right now.
Like ditches him.
Yeah, that's not you. It's so funny. Yeah, but I like how it always pans back to Katana to like frame it of just like, face your worst fear.
Yeah,
coach your brother.
It's one step away from having her head like super implanted in like a mist over him looking down, giving him advice. I want that to happen.
It was pretty much like the same thing when he was fighting Sub-Zero of like the voiceover of like, to win your next match, you must use the element that gives life. Of just like, he's like, oh yeah, water.
Yeah. This
that happened 30 seconds ago.
This bucket, the janitor of this hotel, rough tier.
Yeah. What a shitty janitor. Just like this big ass bucket. But yeah, all the fight scenes, you know, on the whole are pretty fun. I liked the practicality of them. and the lived in realism, the tangibility for sure.
And then we end by spearing Sang-Chung through his body. He falls on to some spikes that were randomly there. I like that they fill out the Mortal Kombat logo, like the little dragon. The spikes come out through the dragon. That's cool.
Love it.
And then like the way this movie ends is 1 millimeter short of them all jumping up with their arms together and do like a freeze frame high five.
So close. Yeah.
But then it's like they're all hugging. Raiden comes over and kind of hugs them all like, you guys, I knew you could do it the whole time. I love you guys.
So great.
They're back on Earth. Katana's with them. Everyone's kind of coupled up.
Yeah.
And then the entire world logic falls apart and the Emperor shows up above the temple. How did he get here? He didn't win Mortal Kombat. And then it's like, we're going to fight. And then like the Linkin Park song from Transformers goes off.
What I've done. Yes. Directed by Michael Bay. Yeah. 100%. Like you could make, I'm sure that cut on YouTube exists.
That is.
It has to.
Fantastic. So
yeah, this opens the way for the sequel, Mortal Kombat Annihilation from 1997, which is heavily chastised as just a complete mess, which it is. It's garbage.
Give me quick sequel corner. Do any of these people come back? Does it pick up the story? What's the deal there?
I think the only two original characters, and that should tell you the quality of this movie, that come back are Robin Shou as Liu Kang and Talisa Soto as Kitana. Everyone else is replaced by other characters and other actors. I forget who replaces Christopher Lambert, but it's ridiculous. They give Raiden a haircut. He gets a haircut. Johnny Cage dies immediately. Like it's Katana's mom shows up. It's crazy.
Wait, okay, that is the one part that I have seen because it's memed so hard on the internet where the mom is like, or the Katana's like, "Mother, you're alive," and the mom's like, "Too bad, you will die."
Yeah, it's all of that. It's super campy and ridiculous.
Oh, that's incredible.
So it is silly for what it is, but being 9 and 10 years old, and when that movie comes out, it's similar vibes to like, oh, I'm getting Mario'd again, aren't I? But
does it correspond in any way to like Mortal Kombat 2, the video game? Like what is different between the video game sequels themselves? Is it just more characters being added?
Yeah, more characters being added and more of that deepened lore showing up. This one, the second movie, Annihilation, expands on more of the like history of like the dynamic between the Emperor and Shang Tsung, and more of the history of the Mortal Kombat fight series and other realms and stuff like that. And you get some of the royalty kind of hierarchy between Katana and her mom and all this kind of stuff. There's more random creatures that show up and side characters that show up in Mortal Kombat 2 and 3, the video game. So it's borrowing a lot of those kinds of things.
I love it. And Mortal Kombat, the game, is like still ongoing because I see clips of it these days where it's like it's taking from like modern TV shows. Like they're doing a Fortnite basically with it.
Yeah, they've kind of opened it up between different rights of who you can get in. Like you can play as like RoboCop, and there's like a whole DC plugin. You can play as like the Joker, and all this kind of famous characters and things like that. And of course, the graphics and things have gotten way more insane and over the top, and the violence has only gotten more hyper violent. The kills and stuff are way crazier and bloodier.
Yeah. I always see compilations of the animalities. Do you know what those are?
Mm-hmm.
Where like they change into animals and kill them in crazy, insane ways.
Yeah. I always feel like icky watching the compilations of.
They're just disgusting.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my God. Yeah, there's like a feature called like X-ray in like Mortal Kombat 11 or something like that, where it's like when you land a punch, it'll like X-ray to the bones breaking with that punch, which is pretty cool.
It's like, this is gross and violent. Next, more. Why am I watching this? Another one.
Yeah, I'm hyper into this. Speaking of being hyper into this, I've texted you this, but in hindsight, Joe, this is a cornerstone of a latent bisexual awakening.
I cannot imagine.
Watching this movie again, 10, 15 years after the fact, I remember the imprint of like the layout of a certain character's like abdominals.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I remember those abs.
There's some abs in this movie.
There's so many abs. But also, too, like, everybody's hot in this
Everybody's really hot, yeah.
It's so hot. It's just like, oh, my God.
Even the Goro guy, it's like, what can you do with that?
How many dicks does he have?
Yeah.
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 How many butt cheeks does he got?
It's a very hot movie. Like, why are we fighting when we could be doing so much other stuff on this island?
We could turn this into Love Island, you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just the amounts of hard, sweaty, ripped bodies is just like, oh, did I like this movie for a different reason? And did this latch into my brain for a different reason? Because I remember that one guy that Liu Kang fights in the beginning, his pectorals are incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Huh.
That's good, Justin.
Yeah. And then at the final fight, finally you see Liu Kang with his shirt off and you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to beat him. He's going to win. And he
makes you want to like go for a run and like kick something.
Hit something hard. Tades. Yeah. But yeah, this is a fun classic adventure movie. It's kind of like D&D vibes, with like an unlikely group coming together to explore mystical realms.
Yeah.
Unlikely heroes, like tripping into like this weird deepened lore you had no idea about. Which is fun for those kinds of things. But ultimately, you have to save the world, and they do. Some of my favorite quotes from this movie, which apparently I think was ad-libbed by Lyndon Ashby. Most of my favorite lines are from him, but those were $500 sunglasses, asshole. So cool, so fun. And then of course, this is the part where you fall down. Which is great. And then I always laugh when they climb the steps finally and he gets to the top and just like, oh, no more steps. Kills every time.
Him and his luggage.
Him and his fucking luggage. Like what do you got in there? And he wears the same outfit the whole time.
We're having a good time. Yeah, he's wearing like a really like baggy suit basically in all of these fight scenes.
You got to be able to move.
Pretty great. Yeah.
They can't have anything constricting. But yeah, this movie's great. All the fight scenes, the practicality, the camera work, the cinematography, and the real practical sets of the beach and the temples and stuff like that just add so much to it.
Let me kind of go through my notes here, make sure I'm not missing anything. The entire first 20 minutes is just introducing people with better and better hair. Everyone looks amazing. This is exactly like Lost.
Yes.
Every time Raiden shows up, I die. Let me see. How many of these matches are certified and how many are just flirting metaphors? Because like Katana and Liu fight at one point.
But like barely. Yeah.
Raiden's listening in on every conversation. Who's keeping score here? This is so confusing. What just happened with the statue and the reptile? It's a new guy.
It's a new guy.
All the songs just screaming Mortal Kombat. Oh my God. I loved the music here because like, imagine you're just at the club and they put on this song and it just starts with it's just a guy screaming the words Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming is from the game.
Yeah. Like it's the official like techno track and the lyrics are Mortal Kombat ! And then like finish him, flawless victory, fatality, and then like listing of the characters. which is so fun.
It is. It's just it's if you listen hard enough, all he is saying Mortal Kombat and then listing out the characters' names as part of this song.
Yep.
Incredible. Like this is just like happening as they're fighting on screen and then also over the credits.
Yeah, I'd like to think, and they only play the song in full twice to start the movie and end it, and then they throw in Mortal Kombat screams every so often throughout the movie.
You should have had all the characters come back for a big dance at the end, like Mamma Mia.
Or yeah, just one big dance together.
No.
Or kind of like the ending to Predator, where it's kind of like a 80s TV show where it's Liu Kang, and then Johnny Cage,
Yeah.
looking back at the camera.
Yeah.
Like, great. That would be so fun.
Little freeze frames and stuff.
Those are so fun. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it and just took it for what it was, because this movie is insane. But it's an integral part of my childhood and my upbringing. So I wanted to commemorate that with a little game, Joe.
Oh my God. Tell me real quick what your cocktail was going to be, because I'm just drinking.
My cocktail was going to be a Sub-Zero.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, it was going to be blue, and it was going to have some red dripped in it. It's going to be real.
Listeners, we had no time today. I'm drinking a Gatorade, and Justin was going to do a Sub-Zero. That's our cocktail.
I'm going to do a Sub-Zero. I'm going to drink a water. Joe, we're going to play Face Your Fatality.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat is known for its over-the-top violence, popularized by finishing moves at the end of the fights known as fatalities. There were several notable variations that spun off. I need your help identifying what these were called based on their description.
Okay.
You ready?
Variations of Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or of fatalities.
I'm naming the fatalities? Oh, I got you.
So this finisher allows the player to morph into an animal or creature and maul or eat their opponent. Now, you already mentioned this, so this is kind of a gimme, but is it called a monstality, an animality, creaturality, or eatality?
I love eatality because it sounds like an Italian-themed restaurant, but I am going to say animality.
Animality. You would be correct. You transform, and he kind of just eats her. And
I didn't realize the animalities were that old. I thought it was something they were like really newly introducing.
No, this is from Mortal Kombat 3, I think.
He just changed into a regular wolf and bit her.
Yeah. Ate her stomach and shit. Number 2, well done. With this finisher, players perform a final combo that ends in an uppercut, causing the opponent to explode. Is that a bloatality, a blastality, a brutality, or a criminality?
Law and Order criminality. I'll say brutality.
Brutality, final answer. Boom, 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 boom. Explosion. I don't remember if they show it or not, but it is a brutality. Brutality is the answer. You 2 for 2, Joe. Well done.
I'm purely pulling this just from like pop culture knowledge that is in the air around us. That's how this game.
Number 3, this finisher allows fatalities to be performed on multiple enemies at once. Is that a multality, a miniality, a bunchality, or a severality?
It's gotta be multality because the rest sound insane.
They all sound insane. It is a multality.
Nice.
Well done. Excellent work, Joe.
Flawless.
Victory. Joe, in this finisher, the defeated character is transformed into a baby, sitting on the floor, wearing miniature versions of their adult clothing and a diaper and crying. Is that known as a babality, a babyality, an infantality, or a kidality?
Part of me thinks you're making this up, but I'm going to say infantality.
Joe, you miss it. It's actually a babality.
What?
Babality.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, introduced in Mortal Kombat 3 in 1997, I think. Or six.
You punch them hard enough and they turn into a baby?
Yeah, you do a combination and they turn into a fucking baby.
I guess infantility sounds too much like we're actually killing a baby.
Yeah,
They would not want.
they moved away from that pretty quickly. Number 5, a polar opposite to a traditional fatality. Instead of killing the loser, the victor will make a peace offering and over-the-top gestures of kindness. Is this known as a positality, a goodality, a friendship, or a kindality?
Fuck. You did something here. Damn it. I'm going to say friendship. I'm going to say they went in that direction and moved away from the ality.
How fun. It is known as...
Is he going to do it?
A friendship.
Yay!
And it's so fun because, there's like dramatic music and then it's, Johnny Cage wins and then it's friendship. And then he goes, friendship? What? It's like he's appalled. The announcer is appalled.
How do you do that in the game, though?
It's a special combination. It's, instead of punching them, you hit, like back, down, right, A, B, select, start, whatever. That's different. That's how you get infinite lives. But this is a fun callback. This is from Mortal Kombat 2, but this is a callback to the Scorpion fight that Johnny Cage has, where at the end of that fight is the signed picture of his headshot to my biggest fan, Johnny Cage.
That is fun.
Which is really fun.
Props.
Love that. Number 6, I think this is the last one, Joe. Introduced in later versions of Mortal Kombat with online play, if a player should leave in the middle of a match, their head will violently explode and instantly glorify the winner. Is that known as a quidality, a rageality, a leaveality, or a see ya?
I'm going to say see ya. Did you trick me on this one?
I couldn't find a GIF for it, but it is a rageality.
It's a rageality?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. Should have been see ya.
It's kind of a play on rage bait, rage quitting kind of with online play. Really, really fun.
So fun.
But yeah, that is that's Mortal Kombat, and that was our game. You got 5 out of 6 right.
Hey, it's an A- in my book.
There are worse scores to get.
Finish him.
Yeah, Joe.
Nice. You got one in.
Yeah. Hold on. Just
For any listeners, I told Justin not to do those before we launched into this podcast because the volume distribution is insane.
We do it at the end. This is so fun. Anyway, Joe, so that brings us to the end of this episode. You're up next. Where are we going next time?
We're going to take a sharp left turn. And I am having Justin watch an animated classic. We're going to watch Prince of Egypt. We're going to talk animation. We're going to talk DreamWorks versus Pixar. We're going to talk musicals. We're going to talk the Oscars a little Whitney and Mariah. We'll get into it all.
Oh, man. I'm going to talk the Lord. It's going to be great. Lord talk.
This is like the third in a line of movies that seem religious but aren't really, that I am making Justin watch.
I can't wait. I've never seen Prince of Egypt. I don't even know when it came out or who is the voice talent. Oh. So this will be fun.
There is talent indeed.
If Mel Gibson shows up again.
It is not Mel Gibson. I will say that.
Throw this microphone out the goddamn window.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was Uncultured Universe, and we just did the 30-year 1995 version of Mortal Kombat. Catch us on TikTok at there's no underscore. It's just at Uncultured Universe. Catch us there, and we'll see you next time for our penultimate episode.
Nope.
No? We got, how many more are we going to do?
We got 3 more.
3 more?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have 1 more. I have 2 more.
Okay. Right.
We'll work out the details, Justin.
What's before penultimate?
Pre-penultimate.
Our pre-penultimate episode. We got 3 left before the end of September. Coming at you hot and steamy. It's been Mortal Kombat. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye.